Hey folks, Rachel Maddow here. We've got a real nail-biter brewing in the world of global finance, and it all starts with these guys. BRICS. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They're like the varsity team of emerging economies. And guess what? They're not thrilled with the US dollar being the big man on campus. They're talking about ditching the dollar, and that has some serious implications for America. For decades, the US dollar has been the world's reserve currency. It's like the gold standard, even though it's not actually backed by gold. Everyone wants dollars. Everyone uses dollars. It's how we pay for stuff all over the planet. But the BRICS nations, they're over it. They're tired of the dollar's dominance, and they're ready to play hardball. They've got a plan, and it's a doozy. They're talking about creating their own currency. And not just any currency, a gold-backed currency. That's right, tying their money to the shiny stuff people have been hoarding since, well, forever. They're planning to unveil this new financial game-changer at a big summit in October 2024. Mark your calendars, folks, this could be huge. So, what does a gold-backed currency even mean? Well, it means that for every BRICS buck, or whatever they decide to call it, there's a chunk of actual gold sitting in a vault somewhere. It's a way to give their currency stability and value, something they think the dollar is losing. Think of it like this. The dollar is a promise from the US government. The BRICS currency, that's a promise backed by something tangible, something with real worth. Now, this isn't the first time gold has been linked to currency. We used to have the gold standard in the US, but we ditched it back in the 70s. A lot of folks think going back to a gold standard is a bad idea, that it's outdated and could actually hurt the economy. But the BRICS nations, they're not so sure. They see gold as a safe haven, a way to protect themselves from the ups and downs of the dollar. Here's where things get really interesting, and by interesting, I mean potentially terrifying for the US economy. One of the biggest ways the BRICS plan could shake things up is in the oil industry. See, right now, oil is traded in dollars. It's the language of the global oil market. But if the BRICS nations start using their new gold-backed currency to buy and sell oil, well, that could change everything. Suddenly, the dollar isn't the only game in town. Other countries, especially those feeling burned by the dollar's dominance, might start using the BRICS currency too. And that means less demand for the dollar, which could lead to, you guessed it, a weaker dollar. And a weaker dollar means higher prices for everything, from gas at the pump to the groceries in your cart. Not good, folks. Not good at all. Section 4. Why ditch the dollar? You might be asking yourself, why are these BRICS countries so gung-ho about ditching the dollar anyway? Well, there are a few reasons. First, there's the whole too many eggs in one basket argument. Relying on one currency, even a powerful one like the dollar, makes the global economy vulnerable. If something happens to the US economy, the whole world feels it. Just look at what happened in 2008. Second, there's the issue of US debt. The US owes a lot of money to a lot of countries, and some folks worry that we're not in a hurry to pay it back. By creating their own currency, the BRICS nations are essentially saying, we don't trust you with our money anymore. And that's not a good look for the US. Finally, there's the desire for a more multipolar world. For decades, the US has been calling the shots, both economically and politically. Section 5. A whole new world. What happens next? So, what does all this mean for the future? Well, it's still early days, and a lot can happen between now and that October 2024 meeting. But one thing's for sure, The BRICS nations are making a bold move, one that could have major ripple effects throughout the global economy. If they're successful, we could be looking at a world where the dollar is no longer king, where international trade is conducted in a variety of currencies, and where the US is no longer the only superpower on the block. It's a brave new world out there, folks, and it's time to pay attention. That's all the time we have for tonight. Stay tuned. This is a story that's just getting started.